Well, we welcome you to the field house here in Great Bend for what should be two great matchups tonight. We start off here with the girls matchup. It's the Emporia High girls going on the road trip to take on the Great Bend Lady Panthers. I'm Javen R. here joining you. And like we said, should be a good one. And let's start off with Lady Spartans, right? Coming off the Paul Terry Classic, trying to get their first win. And, you know, they were so close against Trinity that Friday night in overtime. Just couldn't come away with it. But, you know, we saw a lot of great improvement over the Paul Terry Classic. I think a lot of good flashes that Coach Scott will like to see. And, you know, leading the way for the Spartans so far has been Bailey Wiltz with 6.5 points a game. But they're going to be without her tonight, so that could be a big loss as well. And we're going to see if they can overcome that. But as far as this Great Bend team, they're gonna face off. It's hard to really get kind of a feel for this team, as you know they're 2-2 coming into the season. They took a 57-20 loss to Salina South. Got 2 straight wins against Sterling and Clearwater. The Clearwater one was a close one, 35-30, and then took a 61-27 loss against Haven. And so, you know, I mean, I can give you the record at 2-2 and, you know, the scores and everything, but, I mean, just from that alone, it's really been hard to kind of gather, you know, the level of this Great Bend team. The Emporia High Girls are going to be tasked with tonight. Obviously, the past 2 years, they've been good teams, you know, going into the playoffs each of the last 2 years. And this Emporia High Girls team got the better of them all 3 times they've played in the last 2 years. Again, in that sub-state final game last year, and then also at home last year where they kind of ran away with it in the 4th quarter and then won it here in the 2022 to 2023 season right here in the field house. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back and ready for tip-off here from the field house. You're watching E-Town Sports Network. Well, back in Great Bend, and now here is tonight's starting lineups. First for Emporia. It's senior number 1, Ryan Howe. Freshman number 2, Jada Geary. Freshman number 11, Macy Davis. Freshman number 13, Sydney Beheimer. And senior number 25, Adea Hefner. And for Great Bend, senior number 4, Cassie Elgood. Junior number 11, Alyssa McCauley. Junior number 14, Jill Reimer. Senior number 20, Jordan Harbaugh. And senior number 24, Deshauna Bryant. As a great environment, it's at a great basketball arena here in the field house for the high school level. Feels like we're in the nosebleeds, and again, we're at a high school basketball game. But it'll be Davis tipping it off for Emporia. And it'll be Elgood for Great Bend. Right there at the Panther at midcourt. And it's one for Great Bend. Reimer will bring it up. Aguirre gives some pressure from behind, and now they get a double dribble early. And the Lady Spartans force an early Great Bend turnover. Aguirre will run the point once again for the Spartans. As we talked about, without Bailey Wiltz, it'll be Ryan Howe in the starting lineup for them to fill that hole. Aguirre off to Beheimer in the corner. Davis. Oh, continues swinging around, and now it's stolen. Reimer will go the other way. Poking it out was Elgood for Great Bend. McCauley right back into Cassie Elgood, and now Deshauna Bryant lost it, taken away by Emporia. Ryan Howe comes up with the ball and will give it back to Jada Geary. And Lady Spartans in their second possession now. Geary drives, contact, no good, and now the shot from Hefner, no good as well on the putback. And now a carry. And so, proving to be real tight on that stuff here early between the carries and the double dribbles. And almost a minute in, it'll be Emporia high basketball. Still a 0-0 score. Aguirre drives to the free throw line. Bounces off to Davis, who drives down the baseline. No good. Davis gets her own rebound. And now, corner, Davis, across the free throw line, Aguirre holds it, looking, finds Beheimer, and Beheimer walked. And so it'll remain scoreless with 6:42 to go in the first. McCauley will bring it down for Great Bend. 5'9" junior, and it's into Bryant. Right back out to McCauley, who will try to direct traffic for the Panthers. Now takes a mid-range shot and knocked it down. Alyssa McCauley on the board for Great Bend. And now nearly stolen, and it goes out of bounds off Jordan Harbaugh of the Panthers. And with that, we'll see our first subs. It's Meredith Mizzou for Great Bend checking in. Number 0, 5'3" sophomore. As Geary will handle it to try and get Emporia on the board. Gives it across to Beheimer. They swing it into Davis. And back up top to Aguirre. Howe from the corner, inside to Hefner. Hefner kicks it out to Davis. She pump fakes, drives in, puts up a floater, no good. Bryant grabs the rebound. And now McCauley from the baseline gives it out Mizzou. Bryant thought about the shot and said it's a good backside pass to Jordan Harbaugh, who scores. And give Bryant the assist. Emporia going to call an early timeout. Down a 4-0. We'll take a quick break and then be right back on E-Town Sports Network. We return from the Emporia timeout. It'll be Geary bringing it down. And the lineup remains the same for both teams. Inside, Hefner was looking for Howe backside and instead takes a couple dribbles and kicks it out to Davis. Davis down the baseline, spins. Cross court, Beheimer from the elbow. No good. Rebound, Davis put back. No good either, and McCauley ends up eventually grabbing it for Great Bend. And it goes the other way, and Mizzou's blocked by Hefner. McCauley from the baseline. Inside, no good from Elgood. Rebound, Bryant, no good. And Davis will eventually grab the board on the putback. Nearly stolen. And it's a jump ball. That will give it to Emporia.
Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Spartans.
Aguirre with a good crossover, and now knocked away and goes out of bounds. It stays with Emporia. And we'll have two more Panther substitutions. It'll be Shayla Penderhast and Catherine Mizzou into the game for the Lady Panthers. 4.5 to go in the first. Hefner kicks out Aguirre. Off to Beheimer. Right back to Aguirre at the top of the key in the free throw line. Hefner, her pass nearly knocked away, and now it is, but with the foul. And the foul will be on Harbaugh. And that'll be the first foul from either team here. Nearly halfway into the first quarter, as now it's out to Howe, who unloads for three, no good. And rebound goes to Great Bend. McCauley from the corner, spinning inside to Penderhast. They swing it around to Mizzou, and now mid-range shot is good from Jordan Harbaugh. She's got 4 early, and Great Bend hitting the mid-range shots here to start this one off. Emporia swings it from Davis to Beheimer to Aguirre. Finds its way to Howe. Cross to Beheimer, pass deflected. McCauley saves it. It goes right into Davis. Finds Hefner backside. Hefner tries to kick it out of the baseline, and Meredith Mizzou's there to take it away. Inside now to Harbaugh, no good. And Emporia basketball. And Great Bend using just about all the bench they could use here early, as Alex Mayers checks in, and then Jill Reimer back into the game as well. Some pressure from Great Bend. It's stolen by Mizzou, and they get it back. Mizzou trying to find someone to get it off to, as Beheimer tries to win it back. Inside, Reimer got it poked away, but Myers holds on to it now inside. And Penderhast is fouled. Hefner picks up the foul. Looking is Myers, finds Reimer, knocked away by Davis. Howe comes up with it. Aguirre will push it quickly the other way. And Aguirre's fouled. And Emporia will have it from the baseline. It'll be the second Great Bend foul. Penderhast picks up her first. It'll be the second Great Bend foul of the quarter. Beheimer bounce pass from the baseline. Davis sets up now, and it's good. And I believe it was a long two. I think she just stepped on the line. It is. Macy Davis opens up the scoring for Emporia. Now it's 6-2. Inside, Penderhast kicks out now. Reimer from mid-range is no good. Al brings it the other way and kicks off Aguirre. Aguirre moves quickly again. Davis sets up this time. It is for three, and it's off the glass and in. A big three from Macy Davis. Oh, no, never mind. It was a long two again. But it's a quick 4-0 run, all from Macy Davis. And now they tack a foul on Howe, who knocked away the pass. Oh, no, it's down low on Hefner again. Oh, it's a great bend foul. Sorry about the confusion there. So it was on Catherine Mizzou. On Great Bend and Emporia will have it back now. On the quick 4-0 run with a chance to tie it. It's into Howe. Up top, Hefner kicks it right back out to Howe. Now Davis, Beheimer to Davis in the corner. And now step through from Davis. Nearly had 6 straight points. Got her own rebound, and now she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line with a chance to either cut the lead down to 1 or tie the ball game up. She's got the first 4 Emporia points, as Coach Scott will call over everyone else to talk things over. And in and out from Davis, as that was the first foul on Cassie Elgood. As Alyssa McCauley checks in for Jill Reimer. Second one too strong from Davis. Great Bend will move in transition. Backside into Elgood. Got it tipped away, and Aguirre comes up with it. Aguirre will move quickly again. Crossing over, gets it to Davis. Davis pump fakes, uses a screen from Aguirre. Now lays with the right hand from the left side. And Davis, with a 6-0 run of her own, and Emporia ties it up with just over 90 seconds in the first quarter. Great Bend swings it to McCauley in the corner. Inside is Myers, kicks back out. Now McCauley takes a contested 3, no good. Hefner battling for the rebound and comes up with it between 2 Great Bend defenders and draws the foul. And it'll be the second on Cassie Elgood here in the first quarter.
Foul is on number 4, Cassie Elgood. That is her second Panthers 15 foul.
And already the 5th Great Bend foul. So Hefner will go to the free throw line now, and Emporia can try to take their first lead of the game. And the first one bounces in, out, and back in for Adea, as she becomes the second Spartan scorer. And Emporia leads at 7-6 now on a 7-0 run. Couldn't quite make it 8-0. It had too much on it. Deshauna Bryant with the Great Bend rebound. Geary picked up Myers at half court, and now shot from McCauley, no good. Putback doesn't go either from Bryant, who's been grabbing a majority of the boards here early for Great Bend. Less than a minute to go in the first. Howe with a tough catch on the pass, tried to find Hefner, and Hefner ends up coming up with it. And now Aguirre steps in to take the long 2, and nothing but net for Jada Aguirre. And Emporia's got a 3-point lead now, and it's a 9-0 run to end the first quarter so far. Aguirre once again will pick up, this time McCauley from half court. Now McCauley from the wing takes a 3. It's off and got her own rebound, barely stayed in bounds, and now Davis picks up a foul down low on Deshauna Bryant. It'll be the first for Davis, and just the second Emporia foul here in the first quarter. 20 seconds to go. And with that, Aislinn Farrell will check in to be the first Emporia High sub of the game, as McCauley's pass goes over its intended target. And Brian ends up with the ball. Up top, Mizzou drives in, floaters no good. Clock down to 10. Aguirre will bring it up. Down to 5. Goes with the right hand, gives off. Beheimer, they got to get a shot off. Farrell does at the buzzer. No good off the front of the rim. And Emporia High ends. It was a Great Bend 6-0 run to start, and Emporia High finishes it with a 9-0 run, and they have the first quarter lead by 3 points. We'll be right back for second quarter action here in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. for the second quarter. Emporia High leads at 9-6. As Great Bend will start with it, and it will be McCauley running the offense. Gives off to Catherine Mazoot. Looking is Harbaugh. Now it's back up top. McCauley uses a screen from Bryant. Drives in with the right hand. Good defense from Davis. Bryant, though, came back up with the ball for Great Bend. Barely kept it in bounds. And it swung around to McCauley. McCauley walked on the pump fake. And Emporia High will get it back. And now some 1-3-1 pressure from Great Bend. Davis in trouble, got it knocked away. Mazuch goes the other way and is fouled by Davis, who picks up her second. And so that'll bring Adea Hefner to the scores table to check in for her.
The foul is on number 11, Macy Davis. Her first for the second quarter. Substitution.
And first foul from either team there in the second quarter. As now to be Great Bend basketball from the baseline. Into Bryant. Kicks it off now. Mid-range shot from Mazuch. No good. It goes out of bounds off of Jordan Harbaugh. And Emporia High will have it back.
Macy Davis.
Inside of Geary, and a miscommunication on the pass to Farrell. And the Great Bend press forces another Emporia High turnover as they try to get back into this one.
Substitution for Emporia, number 1, Ryan Howell.
And it's into McCauley. McCauley backside finds Bryant. And it's a good find backside, and Deshauna Bryant gets on the board, and Emporia High will call a timeout as Great Bend cuts the lead down to 1 and ends a 9-0 Emporia run. We'll take a quick break with them and be back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. When we return to Great Bend, and Emporia will have it out of the timeout. Trying to get past this pressure from Great Bend, and now they do, and they find Howe, who tried to get it to Farrell backside. McCauley tipped it, but it does stay with Emporia. And now Aguirre will get it into Farrell in the corner. And they swing it around to Howe. Aguirre looked for Hefner inside, passed it off to Beheimer. From the free throw line is Hefner in the corner. It's back to Beheimer. Long Emporia High possession out of the timeout. Now Aguirre and Beheimer play a little catch. And now it's off to Farrell. Aguirre now sets up for a three. Aguirre hit it. And Jada Aguirre now with 5 early points. And Emporia leads it by 4. The largest here in the early moments of this game. McCauley from the left wing takes another 3. It's no good. And fight for the rebound. It's a jump ball, and that should be Emporia High basketball. It is. As we approach 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Mayers and Prendergast back into the game for Great Bend as they continue to bring that 1-3-1 pressure. corner, Farrell. Up top to Aguirre, right around the volleyball line there. Inside, Aguirre's floater off the back iron. Rebound goes to McCauley of Great Bend. Aguirre nearly poked it out, and now McCauley's without a dribble. Finds Catherine Mazuch. Left-handed drive, and walking is Alex Mayers. And Emporia will get it right back. Beheimer takes it with the right hand, bounces it off to Howe. Up top to Aguirre. And they continue to move around from beyond the three-point line, and now pass stolen, and it goes the other way. Mazuch off to McCauley. McCauley tries to find the baseline pass to Penderhast, but Emporia is there to knock it away. Farrell now steps up long, too strong. Ayers grabs the rebound for Great Bend. And inside, miscommunication with Chayla Prendergast. It'll be another Great Bend turnover, and now they want a timeout. So we'll take a quick break again on the timeout and then be back with more second quarter action. You're watching ESN. Emporia basketball out of the timeout. Over the timeout, Audrey Cunningham checked in for the first time for Lady Spartans. Aguirre drives, gets it over the top, Cunningham. Inside, finds Hefner from the elbow. Lob to Aguirre. Bounce pass up to Cunningham, who drives in, puts up a left-handed floater, knocked away, and now it rolls out of bounds. And it's Great Bend basketball. McCauley again will run the point. And Hefner intercepts the pass. It'll be an Emporia fast break for the moment. Now they slow it down. And pass stolen right back from McCauley. Aguirre pokes it away, and it goes out of bounds. Emporia High basketball. And so Aguirre wins it right back for Emporia. As we keep this 12-8 score here for the last couple of minutes. Cunningham looking, gets it off Aguirre. Howe down the baseline, and pass stolen. Meredith Mazuch steals the pass, and then will take it down. And it poked out by Cunningham. Mazuch holds on to it. McCauley with the right hand. Kicks it off to Prendergast, who's fouled on the way up, and so Great Bend will have a chance to cut into the 4-point Emporia High lead. And that'll be the second on Hefner for Emporia. So now Hefner and Davis with 2 first half fouls. Could be something to watch for Emporia. 2 big contributors there. As the first free throw is short. And Kinsley Hines, Nathan Farrell into the game. Hines will go in for Hefner. Farrell will go in for Cunningham. As the second free throw goes for Prendergast, and she's on the board for the night. And gets it back to a 1-score Emporia lead as Maddie Stiefkes checks in for the first time for Great Bend. Aguirre now draws the block on Mayers. And just the first Great Bend foul of the second quarter, after they had 5 quick ones in that first quarter. Farrell corner finds Howe inside. Howe goes up. No good. And got her own rebound after it was bobbing around by McCauley. Now fights for the basketball. And it's a jump ball. That gives it to Great Bend.
Jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Panthers.
It's McCauley who takes it down and gives it off to Mayers. Mayers with the left hand lost it off her foot. And the Emporia defense forcing turnovers here as Jordan Harbaugh and Deshauna Bryant return for the Lady Panthers. 2:45 to play in quarter number 2. And now mid-range jumper from Beheimer, no good. Hines grabs the rebound for Emporia and kicks out to Farrell. Bounce pass to Farrell and miscommunication. Trying to hit Hines in the corner. McCauley a couple of crossovers. Then gives off to Mazuch, backside pass. It's a good find. And Jordan Harbaugh scores, and she has 6 of Great Bend's 11 points here in the first half. Farrell in trouble, gets it off of Geary. Emporia's got to get it across. They find Howe. Good pass to Beheimer as her pass backside to Hines is tipped. Eventually finds its way. Farrell misses the shot from the corner. And Emporium lead back down to 1. Siefke's trying to work on Howe and Farrell. Finds Bryant. Bryant no good. And it's good on the putback from Harbaugh. And now 8 of Great Bend's 13 coming from Jordan Harbaugh. Farrell's pass tip trying to get it to Aguirre, who draws the foul trying to win it back.
Foul is on number 2, Jake Aguirre, her first. Emporia's third.
And with that, Elizabeth Moreno checks into the game for Emporia. And to Mazuch, now up to McCauley. As Great Bend grabs the lead back with a 5-0 run. And they look to add on to it. Short corner is Mazuch. Howe defending it. It's back up top to McCauley. Aguirre giving her pressure. Now McCauley drives, Euro steps, and is fouled on the way up. With less than a minute to go in the first half. And they say it's on the floor. So McCauley will take it from the baseline instead. And good Emporia High defense. McCauley struggling to find someone to get it into, and it goes out of bounds off the tip. And so Great Bend will do it again, this time from the opposite side of the basket. And we'll see if they can find someone this time. Again, good Emporia High defense. Eventually they find Bryant from the corner. Bryant's in trouble in the corner. Kicks it off Siefke's. Right back over to Bryant. Bryant across to Mazuch. Mazuch drives, and pass stolen by Aguirre. 35 to go in the half. Aguirre slows down as Mazuch tries to stop her. She drives around 2 Great Bend defenders. Now Hines inside to Moreno, and Moreno traveled. And Emporia will use the stoppage to sub in Sydney Beheimer for Elizabeth Moreno. Going with a little bit of a smaller lineup, maybe to add more speed here for the last 21.7 seconds of half number 1. Oh, they added 1.8 seconds onto the scoreboard now, so it will be the final 23.8. Mazuch gives off to Harbaugh. Pass stolen by Cunningham. Cunningham goes with the left hand the other way from the baseline. Gets it into Beheimer. Clock down to 3. Howe at the buzzer. Oh, got stuck. And they are not going to stop it for what would be a jump ball normally, but they're going to let the half in. And so it's a 1-point Great Bend lead, 13-12. They ended on a 5-0 run. We'll be right back here in a moment. You're watching E-Town Sports Network. Well, they call basketball a game of runs, and that's exactly what it was here in the first half of this girls' matchup. Great Bend leads a tight one, 13-12, and a lot of deja vu if you're Emporia, a close one at the half, with around kind of the same score. Obviously, I want to say, if I remember correctly, Emporia it was 13-11 in that Trinity game. Don't hold me to that exactly. But yeah, 13-12 is the early lead for the Great Bend Lady Panthers, and they started off hot, up 6-0 with a quick 6-0 run. And then Emporia answered to end the first half with a 9-0 run and take the lead 9-6 at the end of the first quarter. Ended up having the lead up to 12-8 at one point, but then Great Bend finished it off with a 5-0 run to snatch the lead back, and they again lead it by 1. Here at the end of the first half, leading the way for Emporia was Macy Davis with 6, and she had the first 6 of that 9-0 run. And then Aguirre added the other 3 with a 3-pointer, and in total has 5. And then it's Adea Hefner who adds 1 in there as well. And then for Great Bend, it's Jordan Harbaugh leading the way with 8 of their 13 points. Then Macaulay and Bryant each have 2. And Shayla Prendergast has 1 on a free throw. So we'll see what the second half brings. Again, it's a close one. We'll be back for it all here on E-Town Sports Network. just getting ready to start the second half here in a couple of moments. Emporia in the small 1-point hole. They will have the ball to start the second half in a game where with this score is possessions, every possession matters. And here we go. Geary creates the quick separation for Emporia to get it in. And they'll have it into the free throw line to Hefner. Hefner drives with the right, kicks out Davis. Davis baseline, thought about the shot, and instead kept it and gave it off to Aguirre. Inside Hefner again. Hefner kicks out Davis. Bounce pass out. And it'll be another long Emporia high possession here to open up the second half. Vieheimer thought about setting up for three. And now bounce pass off and knocked away by Harbaugh, but it stays with Emporia. And timer either stepped over the line or the ball bounced off the sideline. One of the two, couldn't tell for sure from up here. But it does go back to Great Bend. Bryant holds it, gives it off Meredith Mazuch. And now goes inside, and Vieheimer fouls her. And Mazuch will go to the free throw line now for Great Bend.
Foul is on number 13, Sydney Vieheimer, her first. Emporia's first team foul. Shooting two for the Panthers, Meredith Mazouk.
First one no good for Mazuch. Second one is and out, and now whistle down low, and it was a lane violation. So Mazuch will get one more chance. And it's in and out again. Vieheimer board. Bounces off Aguirre. Aguirre works past, finds Davis inside. Hefner, no good from the left side. Gets her own rebound, put back, no good. Aguirre fights for the rebound and comes up with it and finds a way out of that packed baseline to get it out to Davis. Davis from the corner, back up top, Aguirre. And now Hefner to Howe backside, and it goes out of bounds. Great Bend will get it back. McCauley brings it up and gives it off to Bryant. Mazouk up top, McCauley. Inside, Bryant trying to work around Davis. Can't quite. Davis, another good possession of defense down low. And Emporia will get it back. 6 minutes to go in the third. Davis looking, gives off Vieheimer. Inside, now they find Hefner, and Hefner's fouled. And it'll go to the free throw line to try and tie it or take the lead.
That was on number 4, Cassie Elwood, her third.
Elgood picks up her third.
Team foul.
And Hefner knocks down the first and ties this game up at 13. She's got 2 on the night. And that was a big free throw there. Hefner's second roll is in as well. And today Hefner knocks down both free throws, 3 for 4 on the night from the charity stripe, and gives Emporia the 14-13 lead as they open up with the first points of the second half. Aguirre with tough defense, off to Elgood. Back to McCauley. As McCauley or as Aguirre and Hefner communicate a switch. Now they switch back as the pass goes off to Catherine Mazouk. Mazouk drives in with the right, now pulls up from just in front of the free throw line, off the glass and no good. Aguirre to Davis up top. Davis had it poked away but holds on. Aguirre moves right and gets it off to Howe inside. Davis and Hefner again from inside, no good. And kicks out on the pass, was too hot. And so it goes through the hands of Aguirre and out of bounds. McCauley from the logo gives it off Mazouk, and Harbaugh now. McCauley trying to direct a screen from Bryant. Aguirre stays with a tough defense and now is called for a foul. It'll be the second on Aguirre. As McCauley looks and gets it into Mazouk. Left wing. Bounce pass off to McCauley. McCauley drives, zeros. No good. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Panthers. Emporia High will get it back as they remain up one. Aguirre off to Beheimer into Howe in the corner and lost it out of bounds. Great Bend gets it back. On the wing is Meredith Mazouk. Looking and finds McCauley. Uses a screen from Prendergast. Now Hefner takes it away. Aguirre goes, gets it to Beheimer. Beheimer with the left hand. Blocked, but she's fouled by Prendergast. And it'll be the second on Prendergast, and Beheimer will go to the free throw line to try and extend the Emporia High lead. Beheimer's first had too much on it. And second one too strong as well. So the lead remains one with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Inside is Prendergast, gives off to McCauley, who knocks down a three, and it's a 2-point Great Bend lead. Alyssa McCauley, who had been firing away from the three-point line, had yet to hit one, then he does there. Aguirre thought about a pull-up long two. Got it off to Beheimer. Into Davis. Davis drives through traffic. Tried to get it off to Hefner, and Great Bend was able to knock it away. McCauley from the baseline. Moves around the pressure from Aguirre and Howe. Hey, swinging around. McCauley takes another three. That one's no good. Davis rebounds. Aguirre will get it moving quickly. And Emporia High maybe with an opportunity here. Beheimer backside. Davis lost control, but Hefner grabs it. Corner. Davis, three for the lead. No good. Rebound Aguirre. And Emporia's going to have another chance. High post is Hefner and got fouled. It'll be now the third on Prendergast, so you'll have to be careful as Jordan Harbaugh comes out of the game for Great Bend. Mayers comes in for her. Kinsley Hines into the game for Emporia. And now Aguirre, contested three, no good. House there. Inside, knocked away. Beheimer retains it. And again, as we talked about, it's another long Emporia possession. Inside, Davis gets by a couple defenders, goes up with contact, and Macy Davis will have a chance if she knocks down both to tie this game, or at least cut the lead in half.
The foul is on number 25. Panthers receive her second. Panthers 14th foul. Shooting two for Emporia. Macy Davis.
And first one's strong. Davis leads Emporia with 6. All 6 coming in that first quarter run as the second one falls now to make it 7. And lead down to 1, 16-15. McCauley spins inside to Prendergast at the top of the key. Gets it to McCauley in the corner. Wing Aguirre. They move it around now. Mazook takes a 3. And good contest from Hines, but McCauley gets the offensive board, and it's another offensive board for Great Bend. Now a 3 for Myers, and she hit it. And the Great Bend lead out to 4. Its largest since they were up 6-0 to start this game. Aguirre steps in, floats it up. No good, but comes back up with the ball. Davis steps around and good through, a lot of contact. Not sure how it wasn't an and one for Davis, but a big finish. And Davis has 9, approaching double digits. Lead right back down to 2. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. McCauley will hold it. Now Mazuch. Inside, looking for Prendergast, but it's out of bounds. Good defense from Davis, again down low. Has 9 Emporia points, and then it has forced a ton of turnovers down low. 25 seconds left before we hit the final 8 minutes. Hines walked, and Great Bend will get it back. Elizabeth Moreto into the game for Macy Davis for Lady Spartans. Mazuch. Baseline and fouled by Beheimer.
Foul is on number 13, Sydney Beheimer. Her second.
She picks up her second. McCauley catch and shoot 3. No good from the inbounds play. Aguirre grabs it and gonna have to heave it. It was too late anyways. Good Great Bend defense to keep her from getting it up. And 19-17, it remains tight. We'll take a break and then have the final 8 minutes, at least of regulation action, here in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Great Bend will have it up 2. 8 minutes left to go here in a close one. And Emporia played a close one similar to this Friday night at home in the Paul Terry Classic. As the inside, Hefner picks it off. Aguirre will go the other way with the left hand. Opportunity for the Lady Spartans to tie it. Davis out to Aguirre from the left wing. Corner, Hefner. Davis inside, drives, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Elgood comes up with it for Great Bend. Short corner is Mizzou. They swing it out. McCauley will take another, and McCauley knocked it down. And it's a 5-point lead. Hefner bounces it into Aguirre. And Aguirre nearly stolen, and now Coach Scott pulls off a timeout to keep it with Emporia as they are now in a 5-point hole. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder.
Back here in Great Bend as we apologize for any connection issues. The Wi-Fi situation isn't great here, so I'm trying to work through those. But in the meantime, it'll be Aguirre holding out of the timeout for Emporia. Corner, Hefner, and try to get across court to Beheimer. Great Bend was there to knock it away. And now wing three, no good from Meredith Mazouk. Howe grabs the rebound for Emporia. It's knocked away, but stays with the Lady Spartans. Beheimer in to Hefner, across to Aguirre. Up to Beheimer. Howe across to Aguirre. Aguirre goes in, floats it with the right hand, no good. Davis fights for the rebound. That's a jump ball. That should be Emporia High basketball. It is.
Jump ball, possession arrow to the Spartans.
Aguirre trying to find someone to inbound it to, and it's knocked away. McCauley brings it the other way for Great Bend. McCauley with the right hand, no good. Davis gets it off Aguirre. Emporia will try to move it quickly. Aguirre gets it to Howe. Right back out Aguirre. Davis looking, goes up, a lot of contact, and it stays with Emporia High off a couple of blocks. As no foul from either team so far in the fourth, letting them play here in the final quarter. Corner, Aguirre, three, no good. And they got Hefner for a push-off.
That was on number 25, and Davey Hefner, her third.
Third on Hefner.
Fourth team foul.
Crossing over is Mizuch, trying to find Bryant inside. Davis once again there to knock an entry pass away, but now it's a jump ball. Bryant fought for it from behind.
Jump ball is a call. Possession arrow.
And so Great Bend's going to get it right back. Corner, Mizuch, no good. Gets her own rebound. Bryant sets up for three. Got it. And Deshauna Bryant gives Great Bend their biggest lead of the game at 8. It's 25-17. Aguirre's pass knocked away, given off Beheimer, stolen by Mizuch. And it's up to the other Mizuch, Meredith Mizuch, and now it's a 10-point Great Bend lead at 27-17. And now a foul on Catherine Mizuch. Be the third on her, and just the first Great Bend foul of the quarter. Cunningham into the game for Beheimer. Into Cunningham, corner Howe. Davis inside, kicks out Howe. Cunningham for three, no good. Rebound Hefner, put back, goes with the foul. Adea Hefner, a big momentum boost for Emporia as they end a Great Bend run. That was a 9-0 run. And knocks the lead down to 8 with a chance to knock it down to 7. Hefner's free throw no good off the side of the rim. McCauley spins, goes through traffic. Good defense from Hefner, gets knocked away. It's going to stay with the Lady Spartans. But a missed opportunity to get things going quickly where they probably would have had numbers. And now it'll give Great Bend to set the press back up, which is giving Emporia fits towards the end of each half. Into Hefner. Hefner finds Davis. Good find. Davis with the right hand. It's good, and it's a 4-0 quick run by Emporia. Davis enters double digits for the first time this season. A career and season high for her of 11 right now, as she's been a big part of the Emporia offense. It's missing Bailey Wiltz. Pass nearly taken away by Aguirre, and now Davis picks up a foul, and that's big. I want to say that is the third or fourth on Davis. It's the third. So Davis and Hefner got to be careful for Emporia, each with 3. Maddie Stiefkes checks in for Great Bend. McCauley trying to find someone. Hefner knocks it away, and it goes right back to the hands as she tried to get it off. McCauley under the rim puts it in. And she's into double digits for Great Bend, 29-21. Hefner off to Cunningham, corner Howe, inside Davis, mid-range, no good, and out of bounds off of Jordan Harbaugh, who before a couple of Alyssa McCauley threes was leading the way for Great Bend with 8. As Meredith Mizuch comes back into the game for Great Bend for McCauley and Emporia, you got to take a chance here to try and get some points back with McCauley, who's hit a ton of big threes out of the game. No good from Cunningham. Davis off to Aguirre. Pump fake from Cunningham. Off to Howe, and now knocked away. Cunningham trying to find someone, finds Hefner. Hefner trying to work around Seif Keys. Now she's trapped, and they get a Coach Scott timeout to keep the ball, but Emporia, 8-point deficit. They got to erase it in a little less than 2 minutes. We'll take a break and then be back here after a quick 30 seconds on ESN. Baseline, Aguirre will inbound out of the timeout. They get it in. Hefner goes up. A lot of contact again, but again, letting him play in the fourth. Now Hefner draws the foul on the floor. As Emporia has got to move quickly. And McCauley back into the game for Emporia for Alex Mayers. Aguirre searching, gets it into Davis. Davis up top, Aguirre. Cunningham out to Howe. Howe for a big three. No good, it was too strong. McCauley at the Panther logo. A couple of crossovers, gives it off to Mazook. Harbaugh with the left. Has been held quiet in the second half after having 8 first half points as the pass knocked away by Hefner. But Elgood keeps the possession as Great Bend trying to hold on to this thing for a while, up 8. With now just under 2 minutes, goes out of bounds. Oh, I thought it was off Harbaugh from this vantage point, but looks like they do say it was last off Cunningham. .121 short seconds for Emporia to try and come back. They were kind of down 5 or 6 just against Trinity on Friday as it's nearly stolen from Cunningham. Now corner Seif Keys, and it's a charge. Adea Hefner draws a big charge. Came in at the last second and got set. Seif Keys kind of gave a little bit of a push, and Hefner wins the ball back for Emporia. But anyways, we're down 5 or 6 at certain points in that Trinity game. And as we kind of talked about, you know, it feels like a lot more in a defensive game like this one. But we saw that this Emporia High team definitely has the will and fight to get back into this one. It's stolen Elgood. Elgood goes the other way for Great Bend and puts it in. And back up to a 10-point lead for Great Bend as Elgood gets on the board. It's tied for the highest Great Bend lead of the day. Now loose ball and jump ball. It should be Emporia High basketball. It is. As clock under 90 seconds. Aguirre to Davis in the corner. Left wing, Cunningham. Howe, back to Cunningham up top. Aguirre thought about setting up for 3. Emporia instead of swinging around. Now it's cross court to Aguirre. Aguirre sets up for that 3. It got tipped. And another loose ball. It gets poked loose. Mizzou should go the other way. Aguirre trying to get good fast break defense and force a turnover. It's much needed. McCauley open 3. No good. And Emporia High will get it back with just under a minute to play. Emporia will move it around. Give off to Aguirre. Aguirre to Hefner. Inside, Hefner Moves through the traffic, no good. Rebound, McCauley. And gets it off Elgood. Clock down to 30 as Great Bend nearing a victory here as up 10 with just 20 seconds to go. Inside Bryant. Corner, Mazook's three, too strong. Bryant again. No good. And Great Bend will move it around now, and McCauley is just going to hold it for the final 5-ish seconds. And Great Bend gets the home win. Emporia once again comes up just short in another hard-fought game. Lady Spartans just not quite able to get it done here in the field house. We'll take a quick break, then give you some stats, and then get ready for what should be a boys game that's just as good here in a few quick moments on E-Town Sports Network. Well, it was another hard-fought game for the Lady Spartans, and once again they come up just short here in the fourth quarter this time rather than overtime. But leading the way for the Lady Spartans was Macy Davis with 11, her first time hitting double digits here this season. Then Jada Geary with 5 and Adea Hefner with 5, and those were the only 3 scores for Emporia. And then for Great Bend, it was Alyssa McCauley with some big threes to allow Great Bend to pull away in the fourth. She had 10 points. It was Jordan Harbaugh with 8. That was a big part of that Great Bend first half. And then Deshauna Bryant had 5 with a 3 that was really kind of the dagger here in this one. But again, some more good flashes from a young Emporia High team. And, you know, that first win under Coach Scott seems like they're just inching closer and closer to it. You know, 2 good halves together for this team, and they get it done. You know, not to mention that they fought hard, fought tooth and nail for this one without their leading scorer in Bailey Wilkes. But they'll get a winter break, have some time to talk things over after playing a lot of basketball here in the last 2 weeks, or here in the last week, to start off this season with the Paul Terry Classic, and then a quick turnaround to this Tuesday night game. And it'll be a tough test against Hayden again on January 7th. With that, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for again what should be a good boys game here on E-Town Sports Network. back in Emporia as we hope this game is as good as it has advertised to be advertised. It's been advertised. Good Lord, problem with words there. But it's Emporia taking on Great Bend this time. It's the boys. Man, these Emporia boys 3-1 on the season. Couple of big wins. One over Liberal, one over Trinity, and then also the win to clinch the Paul Terry Classic Championship here. And you know, that this is a Great Bend team that has eluded Emporia each of the last 2 times they've played in these last 2 years. At home, it was just a 1-point win, 66-65, or at Great Bend's home here for the Panthers. And then it was a 45-42 win for Great Bend in Emporia. And yeah, we'll see what Emporia can get going. Averaging 56.5 points a game, and you know, tightly contested defense. They're gonna have to shut down Ian Primer of Great Bend. 6th ranked tight end in the 2026 class is Primer, but he's a great basketball player as well, and he'll be the leader for this team. With that being said, we'll take a quick break and then be back for action here in a quick moment on E-Town Sports Network. ready to get started from Great Bend. For Emporia starting, it's sophomore number 1, Harry Troke. Senior number 5, Nolan Jacob. Senior number 21, Madden Seidel. Junior number 23, Rattler Crowell. And senior number 24, Kobe Franklin. It stays the same for Emporia. For Great Bend, it's senior number 0, Ben Nicholson. Sophomore number 2, Cooper Onmocht. Senior number 3, Isaiah Reed. Junior number 12, Daxton Minton. And junior number 14, Ian Primer, who we talked about earlier. And he'll take the tip for Great Bend. He'll go against Seidel. He's got Seidel by at least 2 inches. Primer's listed at 6'6", Seidel listed at 6'4". And here we go. Primer wins it, but it goes from Jacob right to Crowell. And Jacob with a lot of energy as he got that tip off to Crowell, who opens it up for Emporia and gives the Spartans the lead. Crowell, the leading scorer for Emporia to start this season, but it was actually Troke who led the way as Kobe Franklin tacked with the early foul. Harry Troke led Emporia with 13 on a Saturday. And he has 8.5 going a game. But it is Crowell who's at double digits in every game so far. As it was into Onmocht. Now Minton gives it out to Isaiah Reed. Quick fake on the 3. Now Onmocht with the left hand. Franklin knocked it away. Good play by Kobe Franklin. Franklin holds from the right wing. Passes off to Crowell. Wing is Troke. He directs traffic. Troke has been the most prominent one at the point guard position as now it goes out of bounds off of Ben Nicholson. Emporia will look to get it in again. Nicholson and Primer both at 6'6". And so we'll see how that size challenges Emporia. They have Seidel at 6'4", as now Jacob Money from mid-range, and Emporia with a quick 4-0 start here in this big game. Onmocht will bring it down for Great Bend. He gives it off to Reed. Reed, top of the key, looking, and gives it off to Nicholson. Nicholson uses the screen to work around Franklin. Floater, no good. Good defense from Kobe down low. Now Emporia will get it going on the fast break. Crowell takes it himself, left-handed late. Ryland Crowell's got 4 early points. He has been the king of quick starts for Emporia here in this early season. And leads, as we talked about, leads the way for the Spartans. Had 12 on Saturday. Reed open for 3. He takes it, missed it, but knew he was missing immediately after the shot because he ran in there to get the rebound as soon as it left his hand. Seidel, though, is able to come with the board anyways. Crowell for 6 early. It's in and out. And Primer grabs the rebound. Big force inside, looks to go the other way. Now Onmocht, he's open for 3. And it goes in, out, back out. And it goes out of bounds. And Emporia, the 6-0 lead early. You can't ask for a better start for the Spartans here. Seidel will check out of the game now for Chase Harrington. And Emporia will slow it down here, as we originally thought we would have a shot clicker as it's stolen by Primer. Primer goes the other way on. Crowell goes up with the left hand and good. Ian Primer. No surprise, he's the one to get Great Bend on the board. Crowell drives up with the left. Inside Franklin. Franklin fade away, no good. And a rebound tipped by Minton and found its way to Primer. Minton in trouble, gets it to Primer. Primer will hold it up top. As we were saying, originally thought we would have a shot clock, and you can see they're set up here at the field house. But it is not being used here tonight. We saw it in the girls' game as well, as now a foul down low on Jacob. And Maddox Shively was a great spurt of defense for Emporia, and that big win over Hayden forced a ton of big turnovers that allowed Emporia to go on runs and eventually come away with that game to win the Paul Terry Classic. Onmock holds it, drives with the right, kicks off Reed, and it's a charge. Chase Harrington takes that one. Emporia is going to get it back up 6-2. Onmock picks up the foul. As we've yet to see Great Bend make any changes here in the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the ball game. Troke with the left, gives it off to Harrington at the top of the key inside, and Crowell got fouled. He got pushed off. I was wondering, because the ref down low didn't call it, but the ref up high saw it. It looked like a pretty clear push on Crowell. And so they get the foul, and Emporia will have it from the baseline. Into the corner, Harry Troke three. No good. He hit all three of Emporia's threes in that Hayden game. As now Minton in trouble. Oh, a good find to Onmock down low, and Onmock makes it a quick 4-0 run for Great Bend to cut the lead down to 2. Crowell off the Troke. Shively now will wait for things to get moving. Now inside. Troke spinning, trying to find someone to get it out to. He's got to find someone, but it's 3 seconds in the lane. And now we'll see the first changes for Great Bend. It's junior number 1, Ethan Summers, and number 5, Jackson Wandra, sophomore. Menton runs the point. And Shively stole it. There's the defense from Shively again. He kicks it off Harrington. Harrington goes inside, through the contact, no good. And Emporia not able to take advantage of the steal. Now a 3 in transition, it's good from Ethan Summers. As now there's a whistle.
Substitution for Emporia.
Trying to figure out what the whistle's for. They're going to go talk to head coach Kyle Cray of Great Bend. As Great Bend on a 7-0 run to take the lead after Emporia started off 6-0. It has something to do with Primer. And they end up not making any sort of call. But interesting. I wonder what that discussion was about as it's into Seidel inside. Now back corner, Jacob finds Seidel inside, gives it off Franklin. A good give from Madden Seidel, and Kobe Franklin gets on the board. Was a big part of that Paul Terry Classic as Shively almost forced another one. There's a hustle that we see from Shively that gets in these minutes here. And he plays tough defense down low. Now Minton misses a shot, gets his own rebound. Rebound for Primer. He goes up with the foul and with the left hand. Ian Primer 4 early points. And he gives Great Bend the lead right back 9-8 and has a chance to make it 10-8. Primer now to the line to try and get 5 early points. With the left hand, it rolls in. So it is 5 early for Primer. And 10-8. Great Bend is the 10-2 run. Franklin drives in, dribbles back out. Inside, Jacob looking, kicks out, Franklin. Franklin drives in, and foul on the floor. Was scared they got Franklin for another charge. We've talked about it a little bit in the last couple of games, how he's been on the receiving end of some questionable charge calls, and I thought they got him again there, but no, they got him for a block. They got Primer for a block as stolen by Great Bend. Will go the other way. Shively steals it again as he tries to find Franklin backside. Is stolen back by Minton. Minton will move it quickly. He'll go into Seidel. Seidel took the charge. Emporia takes 2 early charges Not at Seidel this time. He got set and took it. Great Bend crowd does not like that one. Emporia gets it back down 2. (10-8) Great Bend. Trelk will hold it. Now Franklin up top, Seidel. Pump fakes the 3. Now Franklin inside with the left hand. And another block. And it'll send Kobe Franklin to the free throw line. He's got 2 after that nice handoff from Seidel earlier. And he'll have a chance to tie the game up with these 2 free throws. And Franklin's first is money. Kobe's got 3. And now the second to tie it up. Good, nothing but nets. 10-10. And these first 6 minutes have been just as good as we've expected, as Nicholson has it from the Panther logo, tosses it off to Premer. Premer trying to work around Jacob. Now open Nicholson for 3. Too strong. Jacob tries to tip it out for an Emporia teammate. Franklin, great play to come in and take it away. Drives it in with the left hand, and Kobe Franklin 6 early points here in the first quarter. And he gives Emporia the lead back 12-10 with his own 4-0 run. Corner, Nicholson drives baseline. Trelk, good help defense. Was straight up and straight down. Corner, Jacob, back up top, Trelk. Quick fake now, pulls up from the free throw line. What a drive and pull up from Harry Trelk. He's on the board. And now 14-10. It's a 6-0 Emporia one, and we get a Great Bend timeout. Emporia loves it. We'll take a quick break and be right back on E-Town Sports Network. Great Bend out of the timeout as they try to answer a 6-0 Emporia run. Left wing is Onmock, trying to work past Crow. Crow giving him fits. Onmock tries to find something to do with it and gets it out to Minton. Minton trying to work around the screen from Premer. A big body to set a screen. Oh, when got somebody with either Seidel or Franklin they gave the foul to. And I believe it was Franklin because he came over frustrated, saying all ball to Coach Baldwin. So Reed goes to the free throw line with 33 to go in the opening quarter, and he knocks down the first free throw. Shively will come back in for Franklin now, and Onmock leaves the game for Ben Nicholson, who checked out for a quick moment after that timeout. Reed's second goes. Trelk will slow things down now with 25 to go in quarter number 1. Spartans lead at 14-12. He'll continue to hold it. Clock down to the single digits. Makes a couple moves, drives in. Trying to find something to do with it, and now it's taken away by Minton. Oh, Minton, I want to say that. Oh, they said Shively did not get set in time as he tried to take the charge, and that'll send Minton to the free throw line to try and tie things up basically
Foul is on number 3.
at the buzzer for Great Bend.
Shooting 2 for the Panthers. It'll be Maxie Mitchell.
And we'll see if they decide to add any time back onto the clock. It sits at 0 right now. And they do add half a second. Minton's first goes. His first score of the game. As Max Shively checks out for Chase Aronson now for the last half a second. No good. Harrington grabs the board, and they'll take a heave that's a little too late as it goes off the glass. And Emporia 1-point lead, a tight one just as expected here at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with second quarter action after a few quick seconds here on E-Town Sports Network. Pass will begin to Omont. Up top, Premer from the logo. Minton on the wing. Up top, Reed thought about the three. Now he does take it. He's open, no good. Had too much on it. Kobe Franklin board. Crowlin transition. Looking, it finds Franklin on a cut. Oh, but both the 6'6" guys from Great Bend were there, Nicholson and Primer, and they knocked that one away. On Mont to Minton on the wing. They get it inside to the big man Primer. Now Nicholson, he's open for three. He's already hit one. That one's no good. Crowell gives it to Jacob off a couple of bounces. Inside, Troke, top of the key three. No good from Harry. Nicholson brings it down. Minton from the wing down the baseline, tries to spin. Troke's there to knock it away. There to knock it away again is Harry. Primer comes up with it. Now Primer takes the three off the back iron. Seidel grabs a big board. Had Minton and Nicholson trying to take it away. Now some contact between Minton and Seidel. They're going to let it go for right now. Jacob with the left. Troke once again directing the offense for Emporia. Crowell crosses over, gives off. Seidel, top of the key three. Seidel knocked it down. The Great Bend student section kept asking Seidel to shoot it. He did, and they're going to regret telling him to do that. He knocks down a big three. And Emporia leads it by 4 now. Biggest lead since they started off 6-0, almost stolen from Primer. Now Crowell gets in there, and they give him the foul. His first.
Substitution for Emporia, number 30, Chase Harrington.
Minton searching, gets it into Reed. On Mont. Off to Primer. Minton looking, gets it to Reed in the corner. Thought about taking another open three. And Emporia's let him be early, and they've let him shoot it. He's missing. Oh, Trelk from behind. Tried to steal from him, almost got it. Now Crowell knocks it down. Emporia's got a 2-on-1. Backside Franklin. Right back to Trelk. Trelk, no good, too strong. Crowell, big offensive board, and gets it up in midair. Rylan Crowell and Kobe Franklin both have 6 to lead the Spartans, and they're right back out to a 6-point lead at 19-13. Again, as we talked about, trying to get this elusive win. It's another charge. Maybe it is. Chase Harrington took another one, giving Josh Rios some competition here to become the charge guy for Emporia. And Emporia's taken 3 charges in this first half, and it's led to some big Great Bend turnovers. You're going against a team that has more size on you. There's one way to get it out of their hands and kill them down low is take those charges when they're going to come in hot like that. Crow took a look at Jacob inside, instead passed it off Franklin, and Emporia swings it around to Trelk, who for the most of the first half has been setting up the offense from this left wing. Now he finds Jacob inside. Franklin drives in, pulls up, good right-handed floater. Kobe Franklin, 8 first half points. Love to see that for the transfer as he started to get more settled in here at his new school in Emporia. Reed off to Nicholson. Nicholson's 3, knocked it down. A big momentum saver right after Emporia got their biggest little lead of the game at 8. He cuts it back down to 5. Inside crowd trying to work around Reed, eventually gets it over him and in. Tough finish, Rylan Crowell. And he's got a 23-16. Good answer from the Spartans. Reed gives it off Minton. Pass off Nicholson. Nicholson right up to Reed. And Reed hands it right back off to Minton. And Minton takes it in with the right hand. Tries to get it inside. Primer Jacobs there. Emporia doing a great job in this second quarter, holding down Ian Primer as it's backside into Crowell. Crowell in and out. Harrington rebound, put back, ton of contact. And it goes out of bounds as Shively and sidle back into the game for Crowell and Harrington. Primer had 5 first half points, including a big and one for Great Bend. But again, Emporia hasn't let him score yet in this second quarter. A little over halfway through it. And they're going to look to keep doing that. We talked about that being probably the biggest key to the game for this Emporia team. Franklin, wing, kicks it out to Seidel up top. Franklin drives in, kicks out Shively. Shively pump fakes with the left hand. He kicks out an open Trelk. He pump fakes. And back up top to Shively. Emporia will hold it again. Now Franklin inside. Jacob finds Shively on a cut. Got it knocked away. Now Franklin, good with a ton of contact. Kobe Franklin does a somersault to get back up. And he's already up to double digits. 10 points for Kobe. And now 9-point lead for Emporia. They start to get a little bigger. As a foul down low. It's on to Nolan again. So he picks up his second in the first half. Franklin will leave the game. And it was 23 for Great Bend, who's not on our roster, as Primer holds it from the free throw line. Inside, now knocked out of bounds. Back to Emporia high ball. Forcing the turnovers again. This team loves to do it. And number 23 for Great Bend is Alec Primer. So we've got that one figured out now. Trelk holds it, crosses over to the right. Good crossover. Now Seidel holds it up top. Good fake. Trelk open for the corner 3. No good. Primer rebound. Shively nearly got it from the 6'6 Primer, but Primer came up with it. Trelk blocks him. But Primer gets his own rebound, and that's his first score of the second quarter. He's got 7, 25-18. 2 minutes to go in half number 1. Jacob scans and gets it to Crow. Just in front of the elbow, Crow spins. Another tough finish for Ryland Crow. And he and Kobe just keep matching each other here as Crow now has 10. Same as Kobe. Shot is no good, but fouled on the putback is Wondra on the shot from Ethan Summers. Jackson Wondra will go to the free throw line, a 5'11" sophomore.
His second, Emporia's 13th foul. Shooting 2 for the Panthers. Jackson Walker.
First one is good for Wondra. Josh Rios enters the game for Emporia now for the first time. And free throw number 2 rolls in for Wondra. As Trelk comes into the game for Harrington. (27-20), Spartans lead it with 90 seconds to play in the first half. And Emporia right now content holding it up top. Great Bend, not really much pressure as they kind of sit back in this 2-3 with Ian Primer in the center. Now Emporia will move it a little bit. Crowell, good find inside to Rios. Gives it off Crowell. Crowell in again, and Ryland Crowell with 12 first half points. It's been the Ryland Crowell and Kobe Franklin show with under a minute to go in half number 1, and Ox picks up a foul. He fouled Minton. That is the third on Maddox. So he'll have to be careful now. And so Harrington will take his place. Reed holds it for Great Bend. He just checked in. Primer from the top of the key, uses a screen, drives inside on Crow. Trying to drive around with the left. Good Emporia help defense again, and they have been great on the help defense against Primer. 30 to go. Crow up top to Seidel. Him and Truck play catch for a little bit. Rios from the wing. Clock down to 12. Inside Seidel trying to work around Reed. Pump fakes and eventually gets it over Isaiah Reed. And Seidel with a big 3, and now he hits that bucket. Chase Harrington, I think, took another one. Oh, they got him with a block. That probably looked like the most obvious charge, I would say, out of the 2 Harrington's taken already. But that was the one they ended up getting him with a block with just 0.3 seconds left. And so another Emporia foul right at the end of a quarter as Minton goes to the line for Great Bend. But Emporia an 11-point lead, and Minton knocks it down to 10, with a chance to knock it down to 9. Second one goes for Minton. Choke at the buzzer. Oh my, it was close. I don't know if it would have been on time. It would have been close. And nearly went in. But Emporia, I don't think he can ask for a much better start in the first half. Big jump out to a 10-point lead here in the Fieldhouse against Great Bend. We'll take a quick break, then be back with the stats here in a moment on ESN. back in Emporia, and the Spartans got to be happy with that first half. They lead Great Bend, the number 10 ranked team in 5A in the new KBCA rankings released today. They lead them 31-22, a 9-point lead. It was a big second quarter. And they were led by Rylan Crowell, who has 12. Kobe Franklin with 10. And then Madden Seidel added 5, obviously with the sole 3 for Emporia. And then for Great Bend, it's Ian Primer who leads the way with 7, but I think Emporia will be happy with holding them to just that, especially 2 in the second quarter. And then you get 4 from Ethan Summers, Ben Nicholson, and Daxton Minton each brought in 3. And so, yeah, Emporia did exactly what we said they needed to do here. And the question is, will they be able to do it in the second half after Great Bend probably going to try to draw something up to get Primer some more looks. But even the looks Primer's had, Emporia's had good help defense. As that'll do it here for halftime coverage. In a moment, we'll bring it back for coverage of the second half here on E-Town Sports Network. we're back in Great Bend. We apologize for kind of the short and abrupt ending there to the halftime, but as some of you may have seen, there was an injury, a pretty bad injury here at the halftime as a part of the halftime show for Great Bend here, and so, we just decided to cut it away from that. And obviously, we hope that the person that got injured is okay. That's also why the second half was delayed a little bit here, so they could deal with everything there. So again, hope that person's okay. With that, we'll get ready to start the second half. Emporia, again, with a great start, they lead it by 9, and what we were intending to kind of get into saying was about this Emporia High defense. It's been great here so far in the early part of the season, giving up just 33 points a game and 22 against a good offensive Great Bend team. I think you've got to be happy with that. As Kobe Franklin holds it on the wing for Emporia, gives it up top. Now baseline drive for Kobe, pass taken away. Primer comes up with the ball. Here in the first 30 seconds, Great Bend will try to open up the scoring for the second half. And now they find Primer backside. Good find. Primer couldn't finish it off. And Emporia's got a 5-on-4 if they move quickly. Primer ends up getting back. So it'll be right back to a 5-on-5. Franklin got kind of tripped from behind, and eventually it falls out of his hands and into those of Axton Minton. Oman drives inside on Crowell. Reed, his three, hit it. Emporia has left him open a ton of times. And you would guess they're okay with Reed hitting that one to a certain extent with how much they've been letting him shoot for the most part. Crowell corner inside Seidel, and Seidel's fouled by Ian Primer. As Primer tries to plead his case as he picks up his second foul. Trelk now will inbound it from the baseline. Trelk looking, he's got to find someone. Eventually gets it in. Crowell through the contact. Good, and just about every chant Great Bend's at, Emporia's answered it, because now they were saying he's too little, and Crowell just put it up through two. Great Bend defenders, and now a foul inside on Seidel trying to steal the ball from Nicholson. Just the first on Madden. Minton gets it into Nicholson. Looking, gives it off to Omont. Omont drives in, floater from the baseline, no good. Trelk's there to grab it. Now works past Minton, gets it up to Shively. And Nolan Jacob brings it back up for the Spartans. Trelk, left wing. Gives it Jacob. Up top, Seidel. And now Seidel will bring it out with close defense from Nicholson, and Crowell holds it now. Out to Shively in the corner. Good bounce pass into Seidel. Seidel finds Jacob, but they get a foul down low on Great Bend. And they are letting the Stripes hear it. Just about every foul call as they get Reed for it. Emporia inbounds it, then swings it all the way around into the hands of Trelk. And it'll go right back around again, this time to Crowell. Jacob holds it, gives it off Seidel. Trelk looks, gets it inside, now to Shively at the elbow. And Emporia, long possession. Sato from the free throw line. Primer tries to come in from behind to steal it. Now Sato fades away, and it rolls in. Good fadeaway shot from Sato, who has 7. Minton now with the tough defense from Shively, gives it off to Reed. Reed finds Omont's back door. No good. Omont gets his own rebound and gets the putback. Omont has 4. Jacob inside to Trelk. Trelk trying to get a turn in. Now they get past Primer. Kraus steps back 3. Too short. And tip out. And Kraus gets the rebound. Seidel, extra pass to Jacob in the corner. Now he takes a 3 on the pass back. It's too strong. 35-27 halfway through the third. Up top, Omont inside to Primer. Primer spinning and draws the foul. Ian Primer will go to the free throw line. The Panthers leading scorer so far with 7.
That was on number 5, Nolan Jacob, his 3rd.
And that's the 3rd on Nolan.
Second team foul, shooting 2 for the Panthers.
So Nolan gonna have to be cautious here in this second half, as Primer's first is in and out.
For Emporia, Chase Harrington and Kobe Franklin.
Kobe Franklin and Chase Harrington check in for the Spartans. It'll be Crow and Seidel to take a break, as both of them miss for Primer. Trelk inside to Harrington, out to Kobe Franklin. And right now, Emporia just holding it around the wing, trying to get Raven to come out and make a play, and Omont does. He goes all the way on the steal. And the lead down to 6. Omont with 4 second half points here in the third quarter. In the middle, Harrington again. Harrington gets it to Franklin. Franklin with a right hand, a good finish. Kobe Franklin with 12. 37-29, Spartans lead it. Omont trying to work around Shively. Not many can. Oh, and they got Shively for an interesting foul, to say the least. And that's Shively's 4th, so, you know, that a big defensive guy for Emporia. He is going to have to sit down for a while. He's only got 1 more foul he can give. Well, really can't give any. As he's at 4, Minton struggling to find someone, finds Omont inside to Mickelson. Mickelson fades away off the right foot. No good. Jacob tips it up and gets it to Franklin for the rebound. You have to think, with how many times Emporia's tipped these rebounds, that had to have been a strategy, knowing they don't have the size advantage here against Great Bend. Is not something we usually see from them. But again, they've been doing a lot, and it's saved them a couple of rebounds. When you have both Nicholson and Primer down low. Both standing at 6'6". Franklin fades away. Good. Kobe Franklin with 14. He and Crowell once again tied as the leading scorers. As it's an Emporia foul down low on Kobe. And that'll have Kobe come out as he picks up his 3rd. So Shively with 4, Jacob with 3, and Kobe with 3. That's 3 big guys for Emporia now with 3 fouls. Or, well, Shively with 4, but Franklin and Jacob with 3. Omont holds it on the wing with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Primer has been held scoreless now in this third quarter. Got held to just 2 in the second. Nicholson corner 3. No good. Jacob grabs a big board. Emporia will get it moving quickly Stroke was trying to look someone on the fast break. Now gets it off Rios. Good jump stop. Goes up with contact. And Josh Rios will go to the free throw line. Josh Rios, a big piece for Emporia that doesn't exactly show up in the stat sheet. But a lot of hustle plays from him. Obviously, usually a lot of charges. But like we said, Emporia has given him some competition here today as they've taken 3, 2 from Harrington, 1 from Seidel. As Josh's first rolls in and out. Seidel checks in now for Nolan Jacob. As Rios puts up the second, it misses as well. So it remains a 10-point Emporia High lead. Oh, Mont down the baseline. Tried to spin and fade away. Trolk was right there to make sure it didn't happen. Nicholson trying to work past Seidel with the left. Gives it back off to Omont. Wandra now to Mitten. Mitten on the wing. Drives inside. No good. And there's a rebound and put back from Primer. His first 2 points of the third quarter and second half. Off to Rios. Harrington on the wing. Crowell from the elbow, and they get him with a walk. With a little under a minute to go until we reach the final 8 minutes. Omont to Nicholson. Nicholson draws a Madden Seidel foul, and that'll send Nicholson to the free throw line as it's the 5th Emporia foul of the third quarter. Second for Madden. And free throw number 1 is nothing but net for Ben Nicholson. Second one goes as well. Nicholson with 4. Shively back into the game. Again, he's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls. With 40.8 to go in the third. Emporia leads it by 6. As we're going to see some pressure from Great Bend. Chalk brings it up slowly, but eventually they got to get it across. And they do. It's into Seidel. And try to get Rios backside. It goes out of bounds. Great Bend basketball. And Nolan Jacob and Chase Harrington. Or sorry, Jacob did not check in. Chase Harrington checked in for Emporia. And now Great Bend. See if they try to hold it for the final. Just under 30. They try to go to Primer backside. Josh Rios locked him down. A lot of contact. Primer and both head coach Kyle Cray were trying to ask for a foul there. They decided it wasn't enough, or at least, enough 50-50 there to leave the whistle alone. So it'll be Emporia high ball now. For the final 28, Minton intercepts the pass. Primer inside, spins around. Minton probably wanted to set up for 3, but he bobbled it. Now Trelk comes up with a steal. Seidel spins around, gives it to Trelk. Trelk, and he carried right with a second before the buzzer. So Great Bend will have a chance here with 1 second left to try and throw a heave up there. Reed, oh, they left Reed open for the buzzer beater, and Isaiah Reed hit it. And Isaiah Reed, a huge three, and he cuts the lead down to just 3 points. He's got 8 on the night. We'll take a break, but it's a great Bend momentum shift here in the second half. We'll be back in a moment on ESN. Fourth quarter underway. It's Primer holding it. Omont from the corner. Bounce pass up to Reed. And Omont, no good. And Primer board. And no good on the putback. Emporia brings a sigh of relief, but Reed gets the offensive rebound and he puts it in. And Isaiah Reed enters double digits and becomes the leading scorer for Great Bend as they've cut it down to 1. Inside, Crowell, no good, gets his own board. Oh, couldn't get his putback though. He wanted a foul down low, couldn't get it. And Great Bend will have it now with a chance to take the lead. Jacob knocks it away from Primer. And he tried to save it. Honestly, it was probably a better thing that Jacob didn't get the save because he was throwing it right back into Great Bend territory. He's trying to plead his case, but again, it would have been right in Great Bend territory with both Reed and one other Panther there. And no Spartan in sight. They were all ready to go forward. And that's an offensive foul on Reed. It's an illegal screen. And just like that, what could have been a big possession for Great Bend gives it away to Emporia. Reed's second of the night. Seidel inside, and it was at Franklin's shoes. And so it went off those shoes and into the hands of Great Bend. Nicholson spins and draws a foul, and Ben Nicholson will have a chance to tie or take the lead at the free throw line. And that's the third on Seidel. So a ton of foul trouble for Emporia as the first one's nothing from net from Nicholson to tie the game at 39. And now this for the lead and to be the first team to hit 40. Second one goes. 40-39. Emporia got to get something going offensively. Also got to get it across here. And eventually it does get across to Franklin. Once again, Emporia challenging Great Bend to come up, and it goes out of bounds off Primer. Franklin now will inbound it from the sideline, and it's into Troke. Franklin searches, gives off Troke. Inside, Seidel. Back up to Franklin. Franklin from mid-range. Good plus the foul. Kobe Franklin Now the leading scorer, he's got 16, a chance to make it 17. Huge bucket from Franklin, and he does it through the contact as well. It's back to an Emporia lead at 41-40 as they end the Great Bend run and take the lead right back. Third foul on Isaiah Reed now. 2 of them have come in this fourth quarter as it's in and out for Franklin. On the right side is Omont. Back up to inside. Reed. Reed takes the 3 again. No good. Tipped around. Premer comes up with it. No good on the putback. Premer gets his own rebound again. Goes up with the foul. And Ian Premer has 11, and that's exactly what Emporia was looking to eliminate in this one, and they had done a good job so far. But there they let Premer get 2 rebounds, and he puts it up to give Great Bend the lead, plus a foul on top of it as well, and that's the 4th Nolan Jacob foul. And so Nolan Jacob has got to be really careful. Obviously, Shively with 4, Seidel has 3 as well as he checks out of the game. 42-41, Great Bend leads. As it's short from Premer, rebound Crowell. It almost went right back to Great Bend. Emporia will move quickly. Now they slow it down. Trelk and Jacob exchange quite a few passes. Now in the short corner, Crowell back up top. Trelk for the lead. Bang! Harry Trelk, big 3. We get a timeout and Harry Trelk gives the lead right back in a game that's now back and forth. Harry with 5. We'll take a break and be right back here in a moment on ESN. Back out of the timeout after a huge Harry Trelk 3. He had just 2 up to that point, hit a big 3, and Emporia has the lead back, and they've had an answer to every momentum shifting play here since this game got tight in the second half. Premer holds it up top. It's been a close game every time these teams have met here in the last couple of years. Emporia looking to get that first win, and Reed goes up with a foul. I'm not sure about that one. At least it was on it was on Harry's second. I was gonna say it was either on Crowell or Trelk. And at least it wasn't on Jacob, Seidel, or Shively. As Jacob the only one in the game right now, but Emporia really can't afford to lose either of those 3. As Isaiah Reed will go to the free throw line. He's got 10. He and Premer, the 2 Panthers in double digits. First one misses, so now the most Reed can do is try to cut the lead in half. Madden Seidel checks in now for Chase Herons. Good thing for Emporia is this team has depth. And second one goes for Reed to cut it down to 1. He and Premer both have 11 now. As Great Bend will continue the full court pressure. Franklin gets it across half court to Crowell. And now drives inside and Franklin's foul. Just over 5:07 to go, at least in regulation. Second on Minton. Each team with 3 fouls in quarter number 4. Off to Crowell. Crowell bounce pass into Franklin. Extra pass. Jacob for 3. No good. Would have been a big one and would have extended the lead out to 4. Nicholson, cross court, Omont. Omont trying to work around Crowell. Eventually does with a crossover. Too strong. Primer, another offensive board. No good. Got his own rebound and put it in. And the E and Primer coming into effect when Great Bend needs them most. And they have the lead back by 1. Another nail biter between these two. As we talked about, no surprise it's been like this every time. Franklin, bounce off to Crowell. And Emporia will swing it around. As the Great Bend faithful try to get loud and sway this their direction. Emporia will hold it and quiet this crowd down a little bit. As under 4 minutes to go. Jacob back up top, Trout. Crowell thought about stepping into a 3. Now he does. The southpaw through the nylon. Ryland Crowell, big 3, and Emporia leads it by 2. Ryland has 17 as Minty goes up with contact and draws a foul on Harry, and now Harry's got his 3rd. Minton will go to the line.
That was on number 1, Harrison Tripp, his 3rd. Emporia's 14th foul.
Minton can go 2 for 2. He'd tie it back up, but he's too strong on the first. Second from Minton. Goes. 46-47, a thriller. Choke gets it to Franklin. Inside, Jacob, back into Franklin. Franklin, it's a block on Reed, and that's the 4th on Isaiah Reed. And also the 4th Great Bend foul. And they do say it was on the shot, so Kobe will go to the line with 16 Emporia points. He and Crowell have combined for 33 of Emporia's 46, especially with big first halves. Crowell had 12 and Franklin had 10. And now Kobe to extend the lead to 2. Went 0 for 2 earlier, knocks the first one down. 17 for Kobe. He and Crowell at 17 apiece. And now a big one to extend the lead to 3. It goes. Talk about a breakout game for Kobe here in his 5th appearance as a Spartan. He has 18, and there's still 3 minutes to go. Hand off, Premer. Working around, spinning. Reed pump fakes. Spins, goes inside with the left, no good. And now Fife the ball, loose ball, out of bounds. It should be Emporia basketball, taking forever for a signal. And now they signal Great Bend ball. (49-46). Spartans lead it. Minton looks and gets it into Reed inside. Harrington almost knocked it away. Out to Omont. Omont down the baseline. Back out to Reed. Reed cross court. Minton was open, instead pump fakes. Spins. Mid-range. No good. Put back goes. He got his own rebound and put it back on a tip. Jackson Minton with 6. Right back to a 1-point lead. Just a straight duel. And now pass knocked away. Goes to Great Bend. Omont backside. Primer lays it in with the left. Ian Primer, 15 points. 8 in the second half, and it's right back to a Great Bend lead as they go on a quick 4-0 run. Lead at 50-49. And Franklin's in trouble, has to call a timeout to keep it. Great Bend's fired up. We'll take a timeout with them here and be back for the final 2:07 of regulation in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Well, Great Bend, quick four-point spurt to take the lead right back after some big Kobe Franklin free throws. In quickly to Crowell. Crowell steps up, now is in trouble, gives it out to Nolan. Nolan to Crowell. Crowell to Choke. They exchange passes. Now Choke just Crowell, takes it up. They left him wide open, and they got lucky. Crowell missed that one. Not by much, though. Nicholson takes it the other way. Minute 40 to go. Minton holds it. Now we get a timeout from head coach Kyle Curry. We'll take another quick break and then be back with the final 93 on ESN. Out of the Great Bend timeout as they hold it up one and are trying to extend it. Minton into Premer. Just outside the three-point line, Omont's open for a three, and it's a big one. He hit it. And that one looked good off of his hands. And now Emporia in a 4-point hole, their biggest deficit of the second half. 70 seconds to play. Out to Jacob, corner, Crowell, big three, no good, got his own board. Emporia's got another chance to cut it down. Inside, Franklin, Kobe's no good, Premer grabs the rebound. And now Emporia are gonna have to foul probably, but it can't be with Jacob Shively or Seidel. They're in trouble. They're gonna try to force a turnover first, and now Kobe will take one for the team there. But that's the fourth on Kobe. Nicholson will go to the line. Ton of foul trouble for the Spartans. And that's the fourth on Kobe, their leading scorer with 18. 45 seconds to play. Nicholson's first money. He's been great from the free throw line so far for Great Bend. Madden Seidel into the game now for Chase Aronson. In and out. Kobe goes and he's going to go fast. He knows Emporia doesn't have a ton of time. Off to Crowell. Crowell moving, gives Seidel. Right back Crowell. Out to Kobe. Back out. Crowell's three. No good. And, oh, they got it on Kobe. Kobe's done. Kobe's done, I'm afraid he is. That's huge. He has 18, and he's going to have to leave, and they'll put Oxen in his place with just under 30 seconds to go. Isaiah Reed now with 2 big free throws for Great Bend. His first goes and leads out to 6. Reed's second goes and it's a 3-score lead. And things become even harder for the Spartans. They gotta go. Knocked away. Out of bounds, Emporia ball. In. Crowell. Emporia's got to get a shot off. They're down 7. Ox eventually does. It's no good. Pramer grabs the board. 7-point lead. Less than 20 to go. And they try to go backside. Reed into Crowell. Emporia need a near miracle. It's a desperation heave down to Chalk. It goes out of bounds, and that'll surely do it. And in another close game, Great Bend eludes Emporia again. It's another close one. And for the 3rd straight year, Great Bend gets the best of Emporia with a big second half. They were down 9 at the half, and they outscore Emporia by 17 to win it by 6 here in half number 2. I mean, just, you got to give the credit to Great Bend. They stormed back, and Emporia just got a little cold towards the end of that game. We'll take a break and then be right back with the post game here in a minute on E-Town Sports Network. back with our final few words here from the field house as Great Bend once again just comes up with another close win against these Spartans, who just can't seem to get over that hump against these Panthers here in the last 3 years that these teams have faced off against each other. And, you know, there were still good flashes that we talked about. Emporia just kind of got a little cold at the wrong time. Great Bend, huge second half as they outscored the Spartans by 17 and hold them to just 18 second half points. With a big 35-point second half to finish this game off, and they got a good boost from the home crowd as well. Leading the way for the Panthers, no surprise, it was Ian Premer with 15, but Isaiah Reed had some huge shots for the Panthers in that second half. That was a part of their big run. And then Cooper Omont had the three that pretty much allowed Great Bend to pull away in this one, put them up by 4, and made the hill a lot steeper for the Spartans. And leading the way for Emporia, again, we saw some good flashes, and especially from Kobe Franklin with a season and Emporia career high of 18, and that was with fouling out in, you know, about that last little under a minute-ish or so. And then Rylan Kraut continues to have a great steady start to his junior campaign with 17. Madden Seidel added in 7. He had that big 3 in the first half. But, you know, kind of like we mentioned with the girls earlier, not the result you want tonight in a close one, but you have some chance to regroup after playing a lot of basketball in the last 7 days. Four games in the last 7 days. You have a chance to regroup over winter break, come back, and then it's gonna be that pesky Hayden team again that you know you're gonna get your all from. But with that, we'll say goodbye from Great Bend. I'm Javen Art. Have a good night.